No matter the sport, no matter the place, no matter the time, no matter the age, whenever Cologne and Dusseldorf face off, it's always a major battle. The next chapter in the Battle of the Rhineland is about to commence, as Cologne's young Billy Goats head north on the Rhine River to take on Fortuna Düsseldorf. Hello, everyone. I'm Kai Dombach, and welcome to the Paul-Janus Stadion on the east side of Düsseldorf. It's an overcast day as the autumn clouds have begun their annual stay, but the sun will still say hello a couple times over the course of the next 90 minutes. Now, here in Düsseldorf, we have two of the top 5 teams in Group G play in the U19 League. Cologne is in second with 14 points. Düsseldorf is in fourth with 9 points. The top 2 teams at the end of 2025 will make it to the next round, which will begin next year. Cologne, the defending champion, is certainly looking to keep the trophy on the southern side of the Rhine River. Now, they've done well to do that coming into today's match. They've never been kept off the score sheet this year, and they've kept their opponents off the board 3 times so far, including in the last 2 games. Now, no one has managed to slip a ball past a Cologne keeper in the last 233 minutes to be exact. But even then, Cologne does need to be a little bit more tidy at the back, as they have allowed 2 own goals in the early stages of the season. Now, that's certainly something that Coach Lutzenbeck has gone over with his crew, and that's why they've won the last 3 in a row. Now, as for Düsseldorf, they had a tough start to the season, dropping their first 2 games in league play, then getting run out of Hombruch in the first round of the Pokal, losing 4-1. But they managed to right the ship somewhat, getting 3 points in Duisburg before tripping up at home to Mainz. But the last 2 weeks have been much kinder, as they outscored their opponents 5-1 over the past 180 minutes to put them within shouting distance of a spot in the next round of league play. And with another win, especially against a big rival like Cologne, that will truly put the wind in their sails when October comes. As we're just waiting on the head referee Sven Venzing to get us underway, and here we go. Cologne dressed in all black, going from right to left here in the first half. And Düsseldorf in their home red trim, going from left to right to get things started. Now for the starting lineups for these 2 squads. Havenko in goal for Düsseldorf, and in front of him includes Kriala Tito. Vosterkov, as Cologne has a little bit of trouble trying to get it out of the back, as Düsseldorf has applied a lot of pressure, and they get the ball back at midfield. Now we'll go all the way back to Havenko, the Ukrainian keeper, keeping it along the ground. And a big turnover for Cologne. And right into the box. Right away, the shot skips past the keeper as well as the right uprights. But Cologne gets an early corner just 55 seconds into this match. Well, we didn't need to wait too long for the fireworks to get started here in Düsseldorf. Whole lot of crowd noise. Of course, Düsseldorf and Cologne, rivals through and through. Doesn't matter if it's sports or not. If you're in this part of Germany, you know you don't say you're from Cologne if you're in Düsseldorf, and same way if it's the other way around. Corner to be taken from the far side, cleared by Düsseldorf initially, but Cologne picks up the pieces, still in the danger zone. Fired towards the far post this time, and too far for everybody, and that will be a goal kick. So for the rest of the starting 11 in red, you've got Menzel, the captain, wearing number 4. Demirel coming up from the U17 squad. And in front of them, Auden and Prusina, as well as Honcharenko, Slimani, who had 2 goals in the last game, as well as Pesa and Iguesi. And as for Cologne, as they get possession back after the errant pass goes out of bounds into the training area. You got Marutsky in goal, the man who can claim both German and Polish passports. And in front of him, Fürst, Kotya Fofana, Potente Ramirez, and Fulp. And Friemel, Isufi, and Ley in the midfield. And Irmiev, Shenton, and Afri Akumu up top for the men in black. You know, last year, this U19 squad for Cologne, they won it all. They were the national champions. And 14 members of that championship winning squad have returned for this year, as there's a turnover, a giveaway at midfield. Düsseldorf moving ahead on the far side while going into the air, but clipped away by the backs in black. But Düsseldorf maintaining possession in the attacking half. Looking for another win here at home, as the cross is sent into the box and the Cologne captain is there to pick up the pieces. That will go all the way back to the Düsseldorf keeper, who keeps things along the ground. Havenko with 2 clean sheets to his name. Has appeared in 6 matches. As that will go out of bounds, we'll have a throw-in on the far side, close to the Cologne keeper. Cologne getting the early opportunity, less than 60 seconds into this contest. As the referee comes over to check on the coach. And right there, Engin Vural, 40 years old. This is his 45th match here at the helm of Düsseldorf's U19 squad. Averages 1.45 points per game. Not too shabby, as the cross goes towards the far post, but a little bit too far, but kept in bounds. Düsseldorf still in control, still in possession. Creeps back towards the halfway stripe, and now here comes Düsseldorf once more. Trying to find a rocket along the grounds, looking for a deflection in front. Looks more like a hopeful shot that you might see in hockey than a football shot. And so that was a very easy decision for Marutsky to just let it fly by as the pyrotechnics come out. Seeing some red smoke coming from the Düsseldorf Ultras section. And a great sprint moving forward. Cologne on the left side. Well, they were applying some pressure, some really good running there from Jonathan Friemel. Great sprint from him to get through a couple of Düsseldorf defenders. That's why he's the captain, trying to tell everybody this is the tempo, this is the speed that we want to run at. Trying to get things started right in front of the benches. And the referee, Sven Venzing, says that's a little bit too much. And Afri Akumu will give the ball back to Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf electing to send it all the way back to Havenko. And booted forward. But Cologne is right there to pick it up. Skipped along the ground and too far for anyone to catch up to it. And Havenko will have another goal kick. High tempo work for Cologne in the opening 7 minutes of this match. And I think Sven Venzing likes what he sees. High press working effectively for Cologne. Here they come once more. But the Düsseldorf defense was right there. And one of those big things, when you see that press, you just have to wonder, am I going to go around it? Am I going to go over it? Am I going to go through it? And really, Cologne has not allowed Düsseldorf really any of those options. Now Düsseldorf trying to find a way through, and Cologne starts to back off. And that's one of those things, those really high pressure presses. You know, some moderate risk, but a pretty good reward if things work out. Drifted along on the ground, and the defense just had to come back in time to just kick it out for a corner, as Cologne was caught napping. Düsseldorf managed to nearly sneak one through. And now they have the goal in their sights. Six in the box for Düsseldorf on the corner. In it comes. A high one towards the far post, but cleared with ease by Cologne. Kept along the ground. Düsseldorf trying to make amends for the early mistakes. And they have to go all the way back to Havenko. Even with just two players forward for Cologne, they managed to just keep pressure on Düsseldorf. And now Düsseldorf managing to sneak past those pesky attackers, and a foul on the far side gives Düsseldorf a free kick. A good sprint. And Irmiev just had to put his shoulder into that challenge. Now a three-man wall for Cologne. 10 minutes gone here in the first half. Marutsky on the near post. As the referee Venzing puts the line down, nobody can move forward until the ball is touched. And it flies over the wall. Couldn't find a man on the far post. They love going to that far post. Hasn't quite been effective. Cologne has been ready every single time. And Cologne will blast the ball away from any sort of danger. Forces Düsseldorf to retreat and think about what they want to do next. Düsseldorf trying to work along the far side, now skipping closer to the near side. Slimani getting involved a little bit, and there he is once more. He had 2 goals in the last game, 3 overall in the season. He also has to be careful. He's been guilty of 4 yellow cards, including a yellow-red just a few weeks ago. So he'll have to be on his best behavior. Ball finds its way towards the corner, fired towards the far post once more, and Cologne was ready. I mean, every time that Düsseldorf has managed to fire across into the box, every single time it goes far post, and Cologne has at least 2 defenders there. So if you're Düsseldorf, you might want to think about taking those crosses a little bit shorter. Four players for Düsseldorf on the attacking half, or Cologne's defensive half. Not giving Cologne much to work with in their defensive half. Now allowing Düsseldorf to creep up a little bit as Marutsky fires it away, and That's taken care of by Düsseldorf until it's stolen away. Here comes Cologne the other way until the Düsseldorf defense struck it down. Quickly going from one side of the field to the other. Two players on the far side, now here they go. Forced to backpedal slightly. Now sent all the way over to Volcherkov. From the corner, the low cross is deflected. Couldn't get a good hand on it, Marutsky, but his friend was there to clear the danger, at least temporarily. Volcherkov gets it back, and Düsseldorf starts to think about their next attack. Very high pace action here in Düsseldorf, and a tackle coming in from behind, and that is a foul any day of the week. As BeReal was trying to find a cross just like that. But Afriakumu would not allow it. Into the 15th minute we go here in Düsseldorf. Another opportunity for Düsseldorf now. Fired right into the wall, and that will go out for a corner, a one-man wall that time. Not the most comfortable of deflections. One more chance this time from the corner, kept along the ground. Interesting decision, and that snuck through a couple of Billy Goats, but they just cleared it. But Düsseldorf still putting the pedal to the metal. Looking for some space on the far side, kept along the ground, the 1-2, and the shot goes right into Marutsky's midsection. Well, Düsseldorf is finding their place in this game now. Applying the pressure, not making life easy for Cologne. But so far, the Cologne defense has stood up to every challenge that Fortuna Düsseldorf has given them. Remember, they haven't allowed a goal in over 200 straight minutes. Now Cologne trying to find an attack of their own. Everybody ahead in black. No chance on the cross there. Excellent one-on-one work by the Düsseldorf defense. Cologne keeping it low on the ground. Now trying to think about a cross here. In it comes on the near post, and not a great header. And it will go out of bounds, and it will go to Fortuna Düsseldorf. Captain Jonathan Friebe getting involved this time. He was a part of that U19 squad that won it all last year. In fact, there are 7 members of last year's U19 squad out there on the field right now. Let's see if the men in red can get things started on the scoreboard. No, electing to move back. As you can hear the coaches giving their crew exactly what they want to see. Stefan Rutenbeck for Cologne in match number 161, as we got a foul at midfield. One of the best youth coaches in the modern game, racking up 1.94 points per game. You know, both these coaches here, both Rutenbeck as well as BeReal, actually took care of senior squads as well. Rutenbeck with Cologne. And BeReal did it with Duisburg a few years ago. As there's a giveaway and Cologne tries to force its way forward, but Düsseldorf denies Cologne, and here goes Düsseldorf the other way, sprinting forward. Knocked into the box, and the striker was there, but just couldn't get a good foot on it. High energy, high pace. And both of these teams matching each other step for step. All the way back now to the Düsseldorf goal. They've been doing much better defensively as of late. Just one goal allowed in the last 2 games. But what was the big concern for Düsseldorf was actually their offensive output, as they had scored 5 goals in the last 2 games. That was more than the previous 5 games combined. But neither side here looking like they're willing to give up a goal that easily. Düsseldorf hasn't had any opportunities in a decent shooting position. Cologne with the lone great opportunity back in minute number 1. But you know, these two are just itching for another chance. I mean, that's what happens when you get these rivalry matches, those derbies, as you will also call them. Any little thing, any little fraction of an error, and that can be taken advantage of here. As it's not just the physical play, it's also the mental and emotional aspect, as the goalkeeper nearly lost possession right there, and that deflected clear is very dangerous, but just picked up by the keeper. As Düsseldorf shows why. This is why you absolutely go after everybody when you go on the high press. Cologne starting to look a little confused, a little concerned about what they want to do. So you see that right there, just putting the leg out. And if he had managed to just get that shot off, things would have been a little bit different. Adrian Pesa was right there, right in front of goal. But Düsseldorf screaming back. But excellent work by the Cologne defender to come back after being beaten and pushed his man off the ball. Some great hustle there from Cologne on that last defensive play. Still no goals for either side, but that's not for a lack of opportunities and not for a lack of energy. Good footwork, good ball movement. And here comes Cologne once more. Afria Kumu drawing the foul after moving the ball quite well down the field. Drawing a couple of Düsseldorf defenders. And gets the whistle in his favor. He's certainly been quite busy, quite active, as the man from Berlin has been working hard in the opening 20 minutes. Free kick going over everybody's head as a player from Cologne fell down on the pitch, but it will go out for a Düsseldorf throw-in. See the Cologne captain, Jonathan Friemel, right there. Played in 26 matches last year. Had an assist in each of the last 3 championship games, including the big one that won it all against Leverkusen. The rocket ship is deflected and pushed back, and Cologne has to regroup at midfield. It's now a tight 4-man midfield for Düsseldorf. Everybody from Düsseldorf drawn over to that far side. They were showing 2 lines of 4 until they saw that Cologne was moving over to the far side, and then everybody got on their high horse to that side of the pitch. That was certainly a good overload from Düsseldorf. And now Cologne pushed back into their own defensive half as Marutsky blasts it ahead. Temporarily under control, but a free kick called, going Düsseldorf's way. Vincenten getting involved there with a couple of braces last year. And I don't mean the dental kind. But Shenton has also been pretty busy this year, starting every single match, and has scored 4 goals so far. As that skips out of bounds, and that will be a goal kick for Cologne. Four players from Düsseldorf waiting outside the 18, and now here comes another Düsseldorf player screaming up ahead, but the ball will go to Cologne on a free kick. A little too happy there from Düsseldorf. Too much speed, and now here comes Cologne. Good find on the far side. Kept along the ground, Cologne screaming ahead. 4-man in the box now for Cologne, and fired on target, but the defense is there. And no handball is called. Cologne still putting the pressure on. Drifting on the far side, now has to go back to the center circle. Just kept in. Play continues for Cologne. Well, that was the start of a really good dribble there for Afriyakumu, but Düsseldorf takes possession and takes control on the other side of the pitch. On the ground and tripped up from behind. And is that a foul? Is that a penalty? It looks like the referee is not interested. Big decision as Tyrese Iguesi took a tumble right on the edge of the box. Venzing kept the whistle in his pocket. So you see another opportunity, another look at that last Cologne shot. And the Düsseldorf defense was right there. Got the goalkeeper in the middle, and you had 2 players on both posts, on the edge of the 6-yard box in front of the posts. So they didn't allow the attacker to really navigate anywhere close to the box, anywhere close to the goal where he really wanted to go. Fired ahead and a little bit too far for the streaking Anas Slimani. Running out of real estate here in the 28th minute. High pace, high energy, high octane match here in Dusseldorf. When you get a match like this, Dusseldorf-Cologne, this is no time to be a slacker as Dusseldorf comes ahead. And the push from behind, and the referee is interested in that one. A free kick for Dusseldorf. That's about 7 yards outside the 18. As Venzing said, there was an elbow that came in on that play. And that's what knocked Quiala Tito down to the ground. So a 4-man wall, potentially 5th man joining them. Nope. As we're just waiting to see about David Frust. Will he join the wall? Looks like he has on the right side. So a 5-man wall for Cologne, and the free kick does not go over the Great Wall. And the desperation kick into the box will go right into the substitutes as they warm up. I think we're really going to see what these two coaches have in store when the second half gets started. Not much separating these two, pretty even match. 30 minutes in. It's going to come down to how deep are these rosters going to be. I mean, the initial thought, if you're thinking about the second half already, is that Cologne might have the advantage as they've got quite a few people who can score, 9 different goal scorers already this season. And that's why they have a +9 goal difference. And a mistake there as it's given away. Here comes Cologne into the box, into the 18. And that's knocked out by Dusseldorf. That will be a corner kick for Cologne. Once again, Afri Akumu getting involved. Just knows when to take it easy and knows when to turn on the gas. He's had some excellent sprints, some excellent movement with and without the ball. Corner fired in onto the far side, knocked around, headed around. Football turning into head ball. And a whistle will stop proceedings as Dusseldorf will get a free kick. Cologne a little bit more spread out, way more spread out now. As Dusseldorf tries to move its way through the patches of green grass. Fired past the midway stripe. Dusseldorf maintaining control, a little miscue on that back pass, but no worries in the end as the men in red start to make their advance. On the far side, drifted along inside, along the ground, and that was cleared out by Cologne, but for a corner. So the danger not done. upcoming from the near side. Trying to go far post once more. That is headed not on target. That would have easily beaten Marutsky if that had just turned to the right. As Marutsky was called upon, didn't get a good hand on the corner kick as it flew in. And Anas Slimani is kicking himself. He had a wide open net, but just couldn't turn it on targets. So Düsseldorf unable to take care of the Marutsky miscue. And we're still knotted up at 0. Coming back now to Havenko. He's been more busy than he'd like to be. But Havenko has really stood his ground. He's been in the right positions at the right time. And now he watches the attack on the other side of the field before Cologne gets in front, and it's just cleared for a throw-in. Good hustle to get back to make it a throw-in and not let it go for a corner. David Frust getting involved once more. Sent forward along on the far side. Trying to find some space, trying to find an opportunity at the 18 with the left foot. And that is a goal kick for Düsseldorf. Finn Shenton getting involved, but unable to find his way past Havenko, as he was a little bit late on the dive trying to stop the ball, but he'll be fortunate for that, as it was just a goal kick and not a corner. I swear, with the speed that these two teams are playing with, it makes the field look like it's so much smaller. It feels like it's so much smaller than it really is. It's almost like they're playing futsal with how fast they're going down the field. Right in front now, and turned away in a blast, and that one goes into the back of the net. What a shot, what a rocket. Andriy Honchenko with the bullet from his right foot. He was just screaming down the field. And he basically looks like he just had all that momentum coming right into that shot. As you see on the left side of your screen, just waiting for it to come right to him. And he just smashed it off the defender and in. And by the time Marutsky realized it was going to his left, it was too late, as his momentum was already taking him to the right. So Honcharenko putting Düsseldorf on top here at home against Cologne. And the Ultras are just getting ever louder now, bouncing up and down, making the stadium shake and quake. Hadn't really heard from Andriy Honcharenko in this game until that blast. And that's why you don't send everybody forward right away, as Düsseldorf starts to look for goal number 2. Get that first level, and if they can't get it, they'll look behind for some help, and help they did. One more time into the box, and is it staying inbounds? No, it is not. But we will be on this side of the field. So Marutzki gets us back underway with a very short goal kick. And Düsseldorf playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger out there. Putting Cologne on the back heels. With 6.5 minutes until halftime. Düsseldorf looks like they want to get another goal. A little bit too far on that pass that time to Slimani. He's been active in front of goal this time. Now Düsseldorf on the far side once more with possession. Düsseldorf getting it back on the throw-in. As we saw Cologne really dropping back in preparation for the next Düsseldorf offensive opportunity. But you see Finn Shenton going at it all alone and applying the pressure on Havenko. And now Cologne will take care of business from midfield. Just 5 minutes left here in the first half. Cologne gives it away, and Fire trying to get it over the goalkeeper who was off his line, but Marutzki got back in time to make it an easy catch. Not a bad idea if you see the goalkeeper playing a little bit too far forward, trying to be a little bit too cute, not realizing that things can change in an instant. See, this is one of the wonderful things about the youth game. Yes, it is a rivalry, and yes, it means a little bit more when you have those ultras that you see on the left side of your screen. You don't see those flags or the flares too often when the young guys are involved. This is just a little taste of what they can expect should they make it to the senior squad, wherever they go. So this is a real emotional and mental test, especially for Cologne, down on the road in a rivalry match. And you've got those Düsseldorf Ultras breathing down your neck. Perhaps they'll appreciate a little bit of quiet when they go to the other side of the pitch, on the other side of the halftime break. But this just goes to show how important mental toughness is. This isn't something that you'll find on the score sheets. This isn't something that you can put a number on, if you will. You can't really measure it, but you can certainly feel it. And this is one of those days where you can really pass or fail the mental test. And Cologne was doing quite well until that rocket from Honcharenko. But there's still 3 minutes left for them to get an equalizer. Pushed into the box. And Düsseldorf is there once more. Cologne really trying to put the pressure on. Now Düsseldorf will take possession. 2 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Another goal here would change things quite massively for either side. along on the near side. Potente Ramirez. Sending it back. Isufi. Yermiev now. Isufi. Along on the left. Potente Ramirez. Fires it towards the far post. And he was looking for Benjamin Lay. But that went well over everybody. Well past everybody. Throw in for Düsseldorf. Something else that might be weighing on Düsseldorf's mind right now is how Cologne has completely taken advantage of the series over time. And when the two U19 squads get together, Cologne has won 21 times, Düsseldorf just 5. And Cologne has won the last 7 in a row, outscoring Düsseldorf 17-2 in those 7 matches. Last time that Düsseldorf managed a point against Cologne, we had to go back to the pre-COVID times, whatever those were like, in May 2019. And the last time Düsseldorf won was actually 9 years ago this month. So if Düsseldorf can get the win here, they will be riding high when they go into October. One last chance possibly here for Düsseldorf. Good movement, good work. Now drifting towards the corner flag, drawing a couple of billy goats and gets the whistle. Drawing the contact from the captain Friemel, and that is a free kick for Düsseldorf. So Wenzing telling Düsseldorf this is where we want the free kick to be taken from. As you see the superb work there to keep things going, Tyrese Igwesi. Only started twice last year. This now the 7th start this season, going near post this time on the free kick and denied, but Düsseldorf still on the attack, and it flies out of bounds. The cross found no one in particular, and the 1 minute of added time is up. Let's see what happens with Marutsky, and they will not do the goal kick. So Düsseldorf takes a 1-goal lead into the locker rooms thanks to Honcharenko, and everyone here in attendance is thrilled with the scoreline. 45 minutes gone, Düsseldorf up by 1. So everybody's back out, ready for the second half. Cologne putting on 3 substitutes. We'll get them to you as soon as we can. But we are back underway here in Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf looking quite strong after dealing with the early barrage from Cologne. And the Düsseldorf Ultras, who are here in attendance, have responded in true voice and in true form, as the blast from Honcharenko is the lone difference, the lone man to put Düsseldorf up on top after 45 minutes. So the substitutes now for Cologne, as we can finally give them to you. Guzzo coming on for Afri Akumu. Rumors on for Kotya Fofana. And Tampia Ekin coming on for Fürst. So the 3 substitutes for Cologne as we are back underway here in the second half. Very high energy between these two teams. No love lost for either side. And if you've walked along the Rhine or traveled along the Rhine, once you get to the next town, if you say, oh, I came from the town, just south of here, they'll go, oh, that town. Yeah. How's about you just keep on walking, buddy? That's kind of how it is along the Rhine, and these two are no different. If you know your North Rhine-Westphalia culture, you know that both these cities love to party. In less than a couple months, it'll be the 11th of November, or 11.11, as it's known in this part of the country. That's when Carnival starts. And both of these cities pretty much shut down for the entire day as people get into some very interesting costumes, very cheap, interesting, sometimes politically incorrect costumes, to put it professionally. And what do they do in those costumes? Well, they love to drink their local beer, and the local beer especially. You don't run into Düsseldorf asking for a Kölsch. You don't run into Cologne asking for an Altbier. No way. Got a shirt tug, and that will be a free kick for Düsseldorf. Yeltsin Demirel getting his shirt tugged by one of the Cologne substitutes, Arian Rimmers, who's allowed to play for both Germany and Morocco, but has appeared for the Moroccan U17 squad. Düsseldorf really applying the pressure now. Silmani getting involved inside the 6-yard box, giving Cologne fits as they take possession in the attacking half. But if there is one thing that Düsseldorf should be concerned about, it's that in their last 3 losses, they scored the first goal only to lose. They only have 3 points on the year when scoring 1 goal. So you get the feeling that this might not be enough for Düsseldorf to get all 3 points and keep them all here at home. Now you see some of the smoke coming from the Düsseldorf Ultras. Just goes to show it doesn't matter what it is, no matter where it is, no matter why it is, how it is, what it is. If Cologne and Düsseldorf, if their citizens or fans are in the same building, they're going to show each other they do not like each other. But this one is a little bit more support for their boys in red. As that's pushed out by the Cologne defender. Forced to go all the way back to Havenko. Now trying to move ahead. Sprinting down the left side, and once again Cologne caught on a delay on defense. Kuyala Tito still on the ground. Finally able to get back up under his own power. As you see, he just managed to sneak past his defender Irmiev. Cologne has been caught a couple of times napping on defense. Lucky not to be down by more than 1. As the smoke from the smoke bomb starts to make things a little bit hazy here. Bit of a white haze as it's blasted towards midfield. And a man in black manages to come down with possession. Cologne forced to think quickly, but a little bit too much. Couldn't keep up with their own thoughts as Frimel's long pass went out of bounds. Friemel thinking sideways while everybody else was thinking forwards. Cologne has certainly shown some confidence in the first half, but they just couldn't convert that confidence into a goal in the back of the nets. Another shirt tug, and Cologne will get a free kick near midfield. Cologne tries to move ahead, but they have to backtrack a little bit. Come up with some new ideas, some new strategies. Their best opportunity came in the very first minutes, as Shenton was right in front, but he just couldn't turn a shot on target. As the cross goes behind the box, behind the net, and it will be a goal kick for Düsseldorf. Bit of a hopeful cross, that one. Made more out of a prayer than out of hope. As you see the Düsseldorf coach there, Engen BeReal, looking for his first win against Cologne. Just 40 years old, BeReal. Already been involved on the senior side in Duisburg. Only managed to be there for 4 matches in an interim role before getting pushed back down to the U19 squad. He was there for 157 matches with Duisburg's U19 team. He was there from March 2016 to September 2023 before he went on to that interim role for a few weeks, then came back for the last 6 matches of 2023. But he's been here ever since. And another smoke bomb released by the Düsseldorf Ultras. Honcharenko, he had the goal back in the first half. Don't really see him getting a touch on the ball unless it's at midfield. He's with that second wave of the attack for Düsseldorf. Proved to be quite effective in getting the lone goal so far. But here comes Cologne. 3-on-4. Now another man comes up to help as the shot is grabbed out of the air. Taken care of by Havenko once more. Just plucking out Ponente Ramirez's shots. Scored a penalty in the last game, and I think that's a little bit harder to score than a wide open penalty from 11 meters away. And a bad giveaway. Gives the ball back to Düsseldorf. Difficult passing for Cologne. Not able to really find the alleyways. Düsseldorf looks a bit more settled in. Not so much that they've lost their confidence, but they just are looking like they just say, okay, this is just what we need to do. As Kuyala Tito hits the deck, and it looks like he's cramping up on his right leg. As the referee Venzing asks the trainer to come over. He's not in front of the Cologne bench. He's not in front of the Düsseldorf bench. He's in front of the Cologne bench right now. So if he does need to come out for the game, it will be a slightly longer walk for him. But it looks like Kuyala Tito will be okay, back on his feet. Just needs a little bit more time to walk and jog, and he should be back out on the pitch in just a couple moments. Trying to get the attention of the referee before they can send out Kuyala Tito once more. Meanwhile, Cologne unable to get a corner out of that opportunity. Ponente Ramirez just couldn't get the deflection that he wanted as Levi Menzel applied the pressure, making life difficult for the Cologne left back. Cologne winning possession. 30 minutes and counting to find an equalizer. Ramirez unable to find a man on the right side, but Cologne gets the ball back. Looking to keep things going with the ball at their feet. So you could hear the referee giving his decision, as that was a rough tackle coming up from behind. Tyrese Guessi putting in the tackle and making his opponent grimace as he walks off. Just one man on the wall now for Düsseldorf, as Ayan Rumers looks on and sees who he's going to send this free kick in towards. Rumers is ready and fires it in right in front of goal, and that was not put on target. But we will be in this half of the field. A lovely looking free kick, just a hair too far in front of the keeper for him to do anything about it. That just needed a strong header, and that would have spelled all kinds of trouble for Havenko. But another chance now for Cologne, this time on the throw-in. Leonard Fulp fires it in right in front of the nets, but Düsseldorf is right there, and they send it away. Especially Mark Package right to Marotsky. Along the far side, and just clipped out. Excellent work on the ground, forces the corner kick. Fired in towards the near post, and that's not good enough to beat this Düsseldorf team. And the Düsseldorf defense stands tall. Nothing doing for Cologne once again. Havenko gets the boot to the ball, blasts it forward. But Cologne picks up the second ball before Düsseldorf wrestles it back away. Looking to double their lead. Another good job there from Iguesi with the cross in front, and not quite the header that Pesa wanted. And that's fired away from the danger zone and out of bounds for a throw-in. Now Düsseldorf looks like they're ready to send on their first substitute. Samir Afo ready to come on, and here he goes. Gets an extended hug from his teammates. They're still hugging. I love you, bro. I do too, bro, but I gotta get on there. Come on. Come on, coach. Let me on, please. Thank you. There he goes. Hey, we could use some more of those hugs in this world, don't you think? I don't think he's too mad about the extended hug, the extended love for one another out there. So Samir Afo comes on for Düsseldorf. The right back who was born in Cologne, actually, coming on. This is his 4th time appearing for Düsseldorf, but Cologne looking to make things even at 1 apiece. Fired in front, nobody in front to deflect it on target. That was a juicy cross, but now Düsseldorf screaming the other way. Tyrese Iguesi, battle of the number 17s, and won for the moment by Cologne's number 17. That's Tampere Ecken. And we've got another player dealing with cramps, another player from Düsseldorf needing some attention. And the trainer is called out once again. So Afo came on for Kiala Tito. So Kiala Tito's day is done. Excellent work from Düsseldorf's number 3 in his 8th game this year. Started every single match. And those home fans are very happy with what they've seen out of him. Gotta tell you, if you want to wave a flag like that, you have to have quite the muscles to do it. It's one thing to do it for a couple minutes, and it feels really cool, but trying to keep it going for more than 5 minutes, and you're gonna go, oh boy, I'm starting to feel it now. Well, Düsseldorf couldn't quite feel it on that cross, as Adrian Pesha was unable to get underneath of it, but a good leap on the other side. Potente Ramirez nearly went coast to coast. Düsseldorf manages to get back on defense, but the coaches are not happy with what they've just seen. As you hear the anger coming from Engin Vural. You could hear that all the way up here, telling his back line to stay taut. You see that very tight row of 5 players. But Cologne manages to sneak its way through. That might have been better off as a shot from Cologne, as Benjamin Ley was unable to get a shot off. He was thinking about the low pass when he maybe should have thought about the long shots. But the ball stays with the Billy Goats. Down by a goal with just over 20 minutes left. Cologne has yet to lose this season. They won 4 times, a couple of draws. They also won their first round match in the Juniors Cup, 5-1 win against Halberstadt in front of over 800 people. But things looking and feeling a little different today as Cologne gets ready to send on a couple of more substitutes. Werebe coming on, as well as Puzzo. And we'll get who's coming off in their place in just a second. Looks like Finn Shenton's day is done, as he takes the long way back to the Cologne bench. Meanwhile, Cologne streaking ahead as Shenton watches on from behind the goal. Was led a little bit too much on the low ball. But still 20 minutes left for Cologne to make some noise. They've scored at least one goal in every single match this year. 13 goals in league play, 5 in cup play, as Düsseldorf gets ready to put on another substitute. And a round of applause from the Düsseldorf Ultras. So now that we have the substitutes, it's Buzzo coming on for Shenton and Equerbe coming on for Ley. And I'll get you the Düsseldorf sub as soon as it comes up. That is Mosi Cezena coming on for BeReal. So the right winger coming on for the back for Düsseldorf. Looks like BeReal is searching for more goals. Like one more goal for a statement. To tell Cologne, your days of reign over us are over, and it's time for you to feel the pain. All that Cologne can do is just force it out for a corner kick. Düsseldorf on the move once more, looking for goal number 2, looking to double their lead. As we have less than 20 minutes to go in Düsseldorf. Adrian Pisha going to take over corner kick duties. Fires it in from his right foot, right in front. That was juicy, but Cologne was right there on damage control. Ball going all the way back to Havenko. Has had a relatively uneventful second half, all things considered. Looks like one of the Cologne players is having trouble with his right eye. Couldn't quite see who it was from up here. But he's still able to continue. And Cologne is going to need everybody they can have available for the last 16 minutes. They've already used 5 substitutions. Meanwhile, for Düsseldorf, they've only needed to use 2. So not only is Düsseldorf in the lead on the scoreboard, they are also in the lead with the number of substitutes they still have in this game. They can use 1 every 5 minutes. Kept in by Havenko. it looks like Düsseldorf is just trying to slow things down as we hit the final 15 minutes here in the second half. Bopped forward. And that was very nearly a golden opportunity for Cologne, but the attacker was a step too far behind the Düsseldorf defense. And a yellow card is shown to the Düsseldorf keeper, Havenko, for taking too long. So he'll have to be careful there. Just the second card shown in this game, as BeReal was also shown a card earlier today, but he's no longer in need for Düsseldorf. And another offsides on the other side of the field. Cologne is going to have to start working quickly in order to get the equalizer. They haven't looked very inspirational when they've had the ball these last 5-10 minutes. And Düsseldorf knows that they don't want to go back down south along the river with their tails between their legs. And a whistle, and the referee shows a card to a Cologne player for the first time. And that's Irmiev, who draws the ire of Wenzing. And Cologne sends on Karadeniz. Sixth and should be final substitution for Cologne. So Thierry Karadeniz coming on. This is his third game this year. Played in 13 last year. And Cologne going to have to go from coast to coast, from one end line to the other. Excellent work by Düsseldorf, putting the pressure up front and not letting off. And they get the ball back. Wonderful work, getting possession once more. So Potente Ramirez comes off for Karadeniz. That's the substitute and should be the last one for Cologne. Remember, you get 5 in the seniors. You get an extra one for the youth squads, as we got another offsides against Düsseldorf. So Cologne now has 10.5 minutes to find a goal of their own to take a point out of Düsseldorf. Mentally, they have shut off in the last few minutes. As I mentioned, towards the end of that first half, this is going to be much more of a mental task an emotional task for Cologne as they have an opportunity from the D, and that is a good stop there from Havenko. He rises to the occasion with a good dive to the left. Looks like Cologne is finally starting to switch things on mentally with possession. Well, they have less than 10 minutes now to find a way to get that 1 point. You can pretty much forget about the win now. Your mission is not to get 3 points anymore. Your mission now is to get 1 point. But other than that one shot just a few seconds ago, Cologne just really has not left much to be desired. Iguesi getting involved in the Düsseldorf possession. And that's stolen away by Cologne. They had 6 players just bunched around the ball. And that doesn't lead to a lot of players on the other side of the field. And now everybody playing catch up if you're in black. That's really what it's been this second half. They've been playing catch up, catch up, catch up. I'm not talking about the sauce either. Not great work as Ramos was way too late. And now here comes Düsseldorf flying the other way. Slimani trying to work past the one-on-one and manages to force Cologne to just give Düsseldorf a throw-in. As you see the back line for Cologne just begging his guys that they need to get going. Throw-in goes into the box. Still in control by the men in red. Iguesi gives it off. Slimani gets slipped up from behind, and he hits the deck. And a yellow card is shown. Another yellow card against Cologne. This time Alessandro Puccio. The substitute coming on and going into the referee's pocketbook. So now what can Düsseldorf do here on the free kick? They typically have gone for the far post. You see everybody bunched up right there. One-man wall for Cologne. Goes around the one man, and the header is knocked around and taken away by Marutski. Puts his right foot to the ball. And taken away by the Billy Goats. And they earn a throw-in in the attacking third. Something might be cooking here in the final 6 minutes. Good work by Marutski to just keep the ball in bounds, keep possession, and try to make things happen for Cologne. But when they go to that other side of the field, it all just seems to fall apart. They're not quite on the same page. Outside of that one good shot, it's been pretty quiet from the men in black. So now any little turn away, anything that Düsseldorf can do to make Cologne waste time will get big cheers from BeReal. along the ground, trickling towards the keeper. And Havenko is very secure with possession. Not a great header, as Düsseldorf almost got the ball back just outside the 18. Here they come once more, and look at that, it's the goal scorer. He's just trying to find Pesa, but couldn't quite right there. Excellent job from the captain, and bodies go flying all over the place. And finally, we've got a whistle to bring things back to order. See the Cologne captain, Friemel, talking with Wenzing. We've seen Friemel display that face of disgust before. And the Düsseldorf captain is down on the ground and he needs some help. He's cramping up as well. Levi Menzel. The Düsseldorf players really cramping up here in the second half. And because the trainer has come out, Wenzing has told Menzel that he has to leave the pitch for a few moments. But good job from Friemel, telling everybody that they need to keep going, trying to shout at his players in a good way that we need to keep fighting. Off the restart. Düsseldorf applying the pressure again and forces the ball out. Less than 3 minutes until Düsseldorf can celebrate and keep all 3 points here at home and celebrate their first win over the Cologne U19 squad in over 9 years. As the seconds tick away, Cologne trying to find the equalizer. Knocked out on the throw-in and nobody there on that desperation attempt. Nothing doing coming from Arjan Gützel. And now Düsseldorf will put on a couple of substitutes. Sinkiewicz coming on, as well as Gromzik. So as they come off, rounds of applause from the home side. Loving what they've seen out of their team, and they're less than 2 minutes away from getting the big win over big bad Cologne. Well, if you're Düsseldorf, anytime you can beat those jerks from down the river, that's a reason to celebrate. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter how, doesn't matter why. If you can get 3 points against Cologne, that's a pretty darn good day. Final minute of the 90 minutes. Düsseldorf looking to double their lead. Low cross is taken away, but Düsseldorf is back in possession. Trying to find some room on the far side. Flick towards the 18, and Cologne gets in front of it once more. There should be at least 1 or 2 minutes of extra time for Cologne to work with. As 2 players go to the ground, and the referee finds in favor of Düsseldorf. And with that call, the Düsseldorf Ultras get ever louder. And we got 6 minutes of added time. You saw the referee put up 6 fingers. So it's not just going to be a couple of minutes. But the players down on the field will not know how much time they will have left as the clock strikes 90. But 5.5 minutes left for Cologne to come back and steal a point at the death. Right along the end line, kept along the ground, they shot, and that's just stopped by the keeper. Big stop from Marutsky. Keeping things at 1-0. Well, now let's see if the men in black can give Marutsky a big thank you if they can get a goal in the last few moments. Good dive, good reaction there from Marutsky, and didn't go with just his right leg. He went down to the ground to get it with his arms. So that way the rebound was a little bit more under control. Great work from Marutsky, not just reacting quickly, but reacting right. So now 4 minutes left for Cologne. Down by a goal. Can they get the equalizer? Can they get a point and take it with them? And once again, right when they enter that attacking third, just that one pass before they can really focus on the goal, it just slips away from them. It's the third time that's happened here in the second half. So that's going to be something, no matter the result, that's going to be something that Rutenbeck will be talking about with his guys as the cross is taken care of by Havenko. And Havenko just sends it all the way to Marutsky. 3 minutes left for Cologne. Can Cologne make it a 1-1 game near the 18? Düsseldorf gets back and fires it back to midfield. Just 2 Billy Goats back there. Everybody else way up front. Let's see if Havenko can survive the onslaught. Just has to do it for 2.5 more minutes. Shot is denied before it could get to the keeper. Ball staying in bounds, and Düsseldorf will jog it forward. Just staying inside the boundary line, and the pass back to the keeper was well off target. So that will force everybody back to the left side of the field. Corner kick upcoming for Düsseldorf. Just didn't look like Marutsky was quite ready for the ball to come back to him. And now Düsseldorf is not looking for goal number 2. They're just going to keep the ball in the corner as close to the flag as they can for as long as they can. And they only managed to take about 5 seconds off the board. So now 80 seconds and counting for Cologne. Just one little goal separating Düsseldorf from Cologne. And 65 seconds separates Düsseldorf from victory. Final minutes of added time. Can Cologne do it into the 18? Düsseldorf putting 3 defenders on the winger. Still in bounds, still up for grabs, and finally Düsseldorf clears it away. So Cologne back at midfield with 30 seconds left. Trying to find the chance to the left side, and the left-footed shot is denied. 2 players from Cologne on the ground. Now one gets back up. Another player from Düsseldorf on the ground too. Bodies on the ground for Cologne. As the last 10 seconds drift away, last chance for Cologne, and nobody's there. Ball goes towards the corner flag and goes out of bounds for a goal kick. And Venzing puts the whistle to his lips, and Düsseldorf can celebrate. They take the win, get the goal over Cologne, and all 3 points are staying on the north side of the Rhine River. Well, the Düsseldorf Ultras who came to support their squad will go home happy. Bringing the flags, bringing the pyrotechnics, and bringing the victory screech as they get the 1-0 win over Cologne, thanks to the big rocket off the right foot of Honcharenko. Well, a beautiful day if you're wearing red, and if you're wearing black, well, at least the sun was out for a while, and hopefully you got to have some fun with your friends today. So that will do it for us from the east side of Düsseldorf. Fortuna Düsseldorf victors for the first time over Cologne in 9 years. And those smiles will be ever so big and bright for the rest of the night. So until we meet again, my friends, I'm Kai Dombach. It's been a pleasure bringing you U19 German football. And I hope we get to see each other again soon. Until then, as the great philosophers Bill and Ted once said, be excellent to each other. So long and goodbye from a very happy Düsseldorf.